Yo, it's Kevin Chase. This is my weekly recap on outlook for DAX, the German index. Um, let's just get straight into it. This is the weekly candle. As you can see, opened at bullish candle, opened at 23,649.9 and closed at 23,715.8. If I go into the daily, we can see bullish, doji, bearish, bullish, bearish. Nevertheless, good opportunity. We were just ranging this entire week. Disgusting range here. First things first, gotta check the news. Wednesday we had PPI, Thursday CPI and unemployment claims at 1:30, and 3 p.m. on Friday we had consumer sentiment. We will go back to see what happened. So yeah, let me mark out Monday because where were we? Right here. So last week I did have these drawn liquidities. I still think we're gonna come down to take them, and I had these two levels to sell from. You can see the top level was pretty decent. We reacted off it quite a lot in the week, but this bottom level, not so much. We really tapped it on Monday at 1 a.m. and then just sold off and then went back up. I will delete this one because the whole idea behind this was this 1 hour inverse, which you can see got respected until 5 a.m. where we came down, created low at 6, sorry, and then went up. So yeah. So Monday open, this would have been a draw liquidity. Reason being is because 11 p.m. on Sunday is not holding as low of the week. If it does, it means we're very bullish. In fact, I will show you an example right here where Sunday 11 p.m. held its high of the week, and then we had a 900 point move down. So that would have been a drawn liquidity, so I will mark that out as green. And yes, so coming into London session Monday, see what happened. We were here. We had this really nice low right here, which you could have targeted for sells, which was 7 a.m. If I look at it in the hourly, let's see how it looks. So price came up, tapped into this 1 hour inverse, which the level was at, and gave a reaction. I want to see if this is OTE. Oh wow, almost perfect OTE here. I think we just edge it. Or is it just perfect? Pretty much OTE level though. But yeah, we tapped into the 1 hour inverse, gave reaction. We tapped into this 15-minute fair value up, gave reaction. Huge displacement candles down. On the 5-minute, you could have caught this because there was a beautiful 1-minute inverse here. 5-minute inverse here. We had a 5-minute break structure here and here at 9 o'clock. Price reversed, give a retracement back at 11, and then we went down. Again, this would have been a draw liquidity as well because I will delete this level because it didn't really get touched the rest of the week. This would have been draw liquidity because 845 holding as high today is very unlikely. So you can see price came down at 1 p.m. And you can see the fact that we didn't take low of the day means in the future we should take that soon. And yeah, this was also a nice order block here. It's probably like a 15-minute order block. At market open, we reacted off of previously and then swept here. This would have been weak, now it's strong, and then we broke past, taking this high. I think New York session, you could have just caught this right here, 230. Very nice 15-minute inverse. Let's see how it looks in the 5, but pretty clean, pretty simple. These are some really nice equilibrium taps right here and right here. This one's pretty clean. It's EQ, pretty much. And then 3 p.m. opens, gives these candles here, comes back down, resweep, EQ tap. This one's a better EQ tap, you can see, and then to the drawn liquidity. And then Monday just closes somewhere here. Yep, okay, this nice high. I will mark out this high. So the rest of the week, I'm pretty sure we just had Wyckoffs the entire week. So I will explain them. I can remove this now. And of course, we are bearish. If I just go into the daily, it was just daily sweeps, honestly. You can see Tuesday swept Monday, Wednesday swept Tuesday, and then Friday swept Thursday, and we closed bearish here. You can see this looks like an exhaustion because price came up, but you can also see the rebalance. But we'll get into Friday later on. Coming to Tuesday, London session, very clean wyckoff here at 8. It comes up, so I'll explain the wyckoff. Overbought swing, automatic rally, secondary test, and then purge, and then the target being the beginning of this overbought swing. Why is this an overbought swing? Because it is very steep. Not only is it very steep, it is the bullish candles outnumber the bearish candles on a 2-to-1 ratio. So yeah, this very clean wyckoff here on Tuesday, that would have just held as high the day, I'm pretty sure. Wednesday did not, we closed below, I mean. So yeah, you could have got this huge move down on Tuesday. Now it's like a little 200-point move. Could have just entered on either the closes, like 15-minute close here was bearish, showing this one had no top wick, showing sellers were in control. And it was also, this one was OTE, I'm guessing. Surely from this high? No, that high got swept. This high was OTE plus a sweep of a weak high. This is a nice sweep. Double sweep. Oh, sorry, here. This is really big. Sweep, 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 OTE, reversal. Now, we didn't take Monday's low. We actually had another wyckoff. So Monday's low was here. If you drew OTE from Monday's low, you can see we edged it once we started reversing after we took the initial drawn liquidity, which is fine. And this is again another wyckoff. So target would have been this oversold swing. Target here. Oversold. Why? Because look, bearish candles, very steep. Has to at least rebalance or take this target. How you know it's a wyckoff? Because selling stopped here. SC, AR, automatic rally, ST, secondary test, purge, and this happened at New York Open. Let me mark out New York Open, 2:30. And then we had this last return to origin. What is return to origin? It's when price comes back to the beginning of the second selling climax. And again, this was sweep of this low at OTE level inside the order block, POR high, OTE region from Monday's low. Very clean wyckoff. Again, you could have got this move back up to this high. Again, a 200-point move back up, which is very clean. This, I want to see how like it looks in the 15. Could have caught it again. This candle here got no bottom wick, showing buyers were in control. This close here was very nice at 3 p.m. The 5-minute was nice with the fair value ups. I want to see this fair value up's nice. The fact it got respected after touching return to origin. And then yeah, just clean movement all the way back to here, this strong liquidity. Anyways, coming to Wednesday, let's have a look. Wednesday. This was just an OTE tap. I don't think there is a wyckoff. Unless you want to consider this a wyckoff, but the purge, you would have had this drawn liquidity and of course Monday low, the week drawn liquidity. After taking this draw, of course starts to reverse. We didn't reverse instantly though. We'll have a look. Monday opened, London opened. We kind of wicked about 8:15, wicked the high, came back down. And if I go into the 1 hour, let's have a look. See this was really strong. This is held as high of the week. And what this is 3 candles in this with very long wicks in the same direction. So like this right here shows a bunch of resistance. You can see the reactions here. Yeah, it's also, I did say last week we were trading around here, But this resistance here on the daily was really strong. You can see on Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we reacted off this resistance and closed beneath it, which shows selling was in control. Now this sweep here on Monday on London session was clear OTE sweep of a 4-hour high. Here's how the 4-hour looked. Now this 4-hour high was very weak. Reason being, we did sweep here, but we didn't break, and then we held OTE from this low, and then came back up, swept the high, and then broke structure eventually. This is a breaker structure, yes. So now this high is strong because it swept and it broke. So yeah, this London session, let's have a look on the 5. How could you have caught this sell? I'm pretty sure it's around 9, 8:55. High of the day is fine. It's around 9 a.m. You can see this is a really nice 5-minute inverse here. Good displacement on the 5-minute. I want to see how this looks in the 1-minute because, yeah, this is a very nice equilibrium tap on the 1-minute. Big structures. We also have a gap here, so I would do want price to come fill this gap. Let me put a purple line here. I'll make it red just for now. But yeah, that was Monday. I mean, Wednesday, London session. And then coming to New York, we had news on Wednesday. We had a 130 PPI. You can see here. I will mark that out. We had a gap here for some reason at 1040. After taking a few lows, like this low, we reversed and then we create a gap. Now I think this gap was just to rebalance. As you probably may know, very nice rebalance. The faster move down is, the faster it has to rebalance, and this move down was really fast, like literally 10 minutes you're moving 100 points. So yeah, like around the ballpark of 70 to 80% of every swing in the market will touch equilibrium. So you'll see equilibrium get touched quite a lot, and it's just healthy movement. You'll see it like here, big move down. What's gonna happen? We're gonna touch equilibrium, and then we have to continue going. Any big move, it has to rebalance. It's just how it moves, right? So yeah, this was PPI wicked up. It did touch our level, which is nice. But yeah, London session. I mean, not London, New York session on Wednesday. It was really nice. I think look, 5-minute. I can already see 5-minute fairly upstairs. Let's see how it looks on the 15. We did tap absolutely nothing on the 15. On the 5 though, nice breaker structure, nice fair value ups. Let's see what the hourly and the 4 hours saying at this point in time. So here the 4-hour was still bearish. No, yeah, bearish. There's no breaker structure to the upside. That's crazy. Yeah, the nearest breaker structure is here. Then the 1-hour would have been bearish, I'm guessing. Yes. So literally, if you just did continuation on this New York session on a Wednesday, 5-minute breaker structure, open, New York open, 5-minute break structure, and then fair value gap. Even this EQ tap here is very clean at 3 p.m. Edged the drone liquidities, and then the last push to take both of them. And we finally took Monday's low. So them draws got hit. That was Wednesday, New York session. Coming into Thursday now. Let's have a look. London session. I think again this was like A-star setup. You can see, okay, so we took Monday's low, yes, but did we take Friday's low? No. So I will put a white line here for now. And again, OTE plus the sweep. OTE, you can see what happens. But I'll talk about that. Actually, I'll leave it there, and then we'll have a look at London session. So coming into London session, if you were bearish, you had a very clean break of structure here. But prior to 7, because 7 just pumped, right? Frankfurt open for some reason just pumped. And that would have been a very nice draw, which would have been here. The forward was bearish. If you just go into the 1 minute, this 15-minute liquidity sweep was amazing. It just opened, swept liquidity, tapped this fair value gap, tapped this inverse here. Very nice, fair value gap inverse, EQ, and then sold off. Nicely to that 7 a.m. open, kind of similar to Monday. The only issue is there was no breaker structure to the downside, but you can see this 7 a.m. pump as manipulation, and then we have the down move, and then we took out this weak low on the hourly. Where's the low? Because it's the middle candle. Okay. You can see nice reactions here, and then of course sweep, 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 sweep on the hourly, and then price structure reverse at 8:30, and then you have, of course, London high as a draw. It's also Wyckoff again, kinda. I expected it to take this high, but now I want this high taken next week. Because reaccumulation, the issue is there's no clear automatic rally and there's no clear test. It's just purge and then go up. So I won't say it's a full Wyckoff. But yeah, coming into a New York session on Thursday, we were just ranging the entire week. It was really disgusting. But New York session on Thursday, price starts reverse of the OT level, and here let's have a look. Bullish now on the hourly. Nice bullish fair value up here. We also had a bunch of news on Thursday. So yeah, we had 115, 130, and 145. Let's see what that did. All around 1 o'clock. That's what this stuff here is. Yep. This would have been a draw. Price came down. More news hit. Came up, came back down. New York opened. This would have been a draw, as well as news low, and that is for Friday. So Friday we had a nice draw here. New York opens. At this point, did we break structure on the 4 hour? I'm not sure. Nope. This is not a break structure, and neither any of these. So yeah, we were still bearish on the 4 hour, but the 1 hour was bullish. And yeah, anyways, let's look on the 5. Price just came up for this draw and then reversed at 3 p.m. off of this level, which was a very nice level. 3 p.m. reversal as well. High the day, held, and then reversed, tapped OTE from news low. Very nice OTE tap, and then came back up. Coming to Friday, again, this is a Wyckoff. You can probably see it. This would have been a draw, and honestly, this. But the initial draw would have been news low, right? Because that is where this overbought swing starts. The only issue is this AR is quite big. Like, it's quite big AR, automatic rally, but it's fine because we didn't take the swing low. And if you draw it from this swing, it's not that big. I've seen automatic rallies come below like 70%. If it's like 80%, no chance, but 70% is fine. But you can see this OT held coming into Friday now. That was Thursday. At this point, this would have been your sweep. Let me just draw out the entire Wyckoff. Overbought swing, automatic rally, secondary test, and then a purge, and then no RTO on this one. We only had one RTO this week, which is a return to origin, which happens where we come back to the selling climax or buying climax before going all the way up to the beginning of it. You can see here, ATM, high of the day, purged it, came all the way down for the beginning of the buying climax. But yeah, I will have a bit more look into it because you can see level got tapped at 8, purged. You could say this is an RTO, honestly, because you did come back up. But the purge here was very nice. I can see this is a nice order block on the 15 probably. Yup, sweep and a break, 15-minute order block. This order block got tapped like 3 times. Whoa. Like this. Yup. Tap this order block, sweep, and then OTE from this high. It was very clean, the hourly. This is an 1 hour Wyckoff. You have this. This was news low, so you would have had this as a TP probably. Drawn liquidity, and then this, of course, where the buying started. Then here's where it stopped. Automatic rally, secondary test, purge, straight to the drawn liquidity. Order block, plus OTE, plus sweep. So yeah, daily sweep, I must say. How can you cut this? Again, you could have just done 5-minute close, position tool, and yeah, targeted, whatever. It is what it is. Even 15-minute, this wicks here, very strong, big wicks, bigger than the body, showing sellers in control. Now we left behind this order block. Sorry, fair value gap. Didn't tap it yet. We'll probably fill that in. But yeah, price starts reversing at 9:15. Again, this is normal because we had a huge move down. What we're gonna do? Tap equilibrium. Faster we expand, the faster we'll probably tap equilibrium. But that's just normal behavior. You can see, yes, low the day held 9:15 as soon as we took that 1 hour week low. And I keep pressing that by accident. Was this OTE? It doesn't look like it, but you never know. No. Region, OTE region. But yeah, that was Friday. Let's have a look at New York session. We did have news, 3 p.m. Let's just have a look what 3 p.m. did. Came up. Anything here? 1 hour fair value gap. Came up for this 1 hour fair value gap. Accumulated in it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is disgusting. Price action on the 5 literally looks like a barcode. But yeah, I'm gonna remove all drawings. But yeah, that was this week. The levels held. No drawn liquidities got hit, but there was still really good opportunity nonetheless. But yeah, I'm gonna delete everything. Actually, I can just delete all of this. There we go. Now, coming into next week, we are in this daily range, which obviously no one likes. There was still opportunity in the week, but it was disgusting. You look at it on the 4 hour, it's absolutely disgusting. Now, I do see this high as a protected high, strong high, because of this sweep, and then this OTE, and then this break. However, I do not see this high, Friday's high, as a protected high because we did not break structure yet. So, initial draws on liquidity for next week. I will leave these here because once the way I see it, okay, the way I see price moving is something like this, and then we go back up. This would make sense, and then probably back down. This would make sense to me. Right now, if I look at the monthly, let's have a look. So this is the weekly. One thing I didn't really notice is we came back up to here on the weekly, and if we didn't do that, we would have left a fair value gap. So it's nice that we came back up, filled it in, high the week, and then went lower. So it still shows sellers are in control because we failed to break past 23.8, and 23.6. We're just bouncing between this 200 point range. 200 300 point range, which is normal considering we had a huge move down. We had this huge move down, so the fact we're going sideways is pretty normal. Coming into next week. Right now, 1st of September is holding as high of the week, and this was the 2nd week of September. Where do I want my level? I will probably say anywhere around here. Probably that 15. I think the gap was around here, right? For level 4 cells would just be here. But I want to see what that 1 minute gap was, because that 1 minute gap was really nice. Yeah, literally the 1 minute gap is. My level 4 cells is here. 23842.5. Draws on liquidity being Friday's high. So if it depends on what Monday does as always. But I want this high taken. This is the first draw on liquidity. There's 1, 2, 3 hourly highs here. I don't think they're gonna hold. I don't see price moving lower until we take these hourly highs. And also this is a really nice OTE region tap. So instead of the fairly up, I'm gonna just leave the level, because once we fill that gap in, we could tap this order block, whatever. But I want cells around here. And then draws for the cells. These are all like pretty much equal lows. I will put Friday's low, last Friday's low, and then I can delete. I'll keep them there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I do still have this here. Now, I did say we are at OTE here on the daily. I don't want to make this too long. See here, if we break past Friday's or Wednesday's high, here to here is a clean range, 200 point range. It is oversold. You can see here oversold swing. But the way I see it is this is oversold swing, this is automatic rally, this is a test, and we will purge and then take this high and then go lower or whatever, right? But the reason I want Friday's high taken is to induce buyers. Then we purge, then we take oversold swing. But yeah, these are my drawn liquidities, green lines, and then the purple line is my level for a sell. That's about it. This is the DAX recap. Keep it clean and simple. See you next week.